Who needs to register with the ICO? Organizations and individuals that process personal data must register with the ICO unless they qualify for an exemption. The following types of organizations are typically required to register. 1. Businesses, small, medium, and large. Any organization, regardless of size, that processes personal data as part of its business activities must register. For example, retail businesses collecting customer details for orders, sole traders using personal data for marketing purposes, accountants storing client information. 2. Charities and not-for-profit organizations. Charities often process personal data for donations, event participation, or volunteer management. They are also required to register. 3. Public authorities. Local councils, government agencies, and other public sector organizations processing personal data must register. 4. Healthcare providers. Doctors, dentists, opticians, care homes, and other organizations processing sensitive health data about patients must register. 5. Educational institutions. Schools, colleges, and universities processing data about students, staff, or parents. 6. Financial and legal services. Banks, financial advisors, insurance companies, solicitors, and other professional services processing client or employee personal data. 7. Recruitment and employment services, employment agencies or recruitment firms processing data about job candidates. 8. E-commerce and marketing companies, businesses collecting personal data for online sales, email marketing, or profiling customers. Examples of processing activities that require registration. You must register with the ICO if your organization processes personal data for purposes such as sending direct marketing communications, using CCTV for security purposes, keeping employee records, e.g. payroll, HR management, collecting and storing customer or client details, offering personalized services or targeted advertisements online. Exemptions from registration. Certain organizations and individuals are exempt from registering with the ICO. These include 1. Personal or household activities. If personal data is used exclusively for private purposes, such as keeping a personal address book, registration is not required. 2. Not-for-profit organizations. If the organization only processes data for specific purposes, like member administration, fundraising, or social activities, they may be exempt from paying a fee. However, they must still comply with data protection laws. 3. Core business purposes. Small businesses that process personal data solely for staff administration, payroll, or accounts and records may not need to register. 4. Public authority functions. Organizations processing personal data only for judicial or statutory purposes may be exempt. The ICO registration fee is determined by the size and nature of the organization. There are 3 tiers. 1. Tier 1, micro-organizations. £40 per year, organizations with a maximum turnover of £632,000 or fewer than 10 staff members. 2. Tier 2, small and medium-sized organizations. £60 per year, organizations with a turnover of less than £36 million or fewer than 250 staff. 3. Tier 3, large organizations, £2,900 per year, organizations with a turnover of £36 million or more or 250 plus staff. Consequences of failing to register. Failure to register with the ICO when required can lead to fines up to £4,350, reputational damage, as non-registration demonstrates a lack of compliance with data protection regulations.